Hello everyone, welcome to my video. In this video I'm going to do something a little bit different than my typical couponing videos. I want to take a moment to actually have a little bit of a teaching moment, sort of a teaching lesson video to sort of help other shoppers to know if what they're buying is actually a good deal or not. I wanted to talk about the importance of value shopping and how that compares to just coupon shopping. A lot of times when you see these couponing videos on YouTube, my videos included, you will see these couponers that are buying all these products at, say, Dollar General or CVS, Walgreens, wherever, and you'll see them get all these items, and then the bottom line that everybody pays attention to is the total out-of-pocket cost that the person pays at the register. And of course, the lower the out-of-pocket cost, the more appealing it is to most people, and that just automatically sort of triggers in your mind like, oh, okay, they got this stuff for $5, that must be a great value. And that's not necessarily the case. And sometimes just because that out-of-pocket was a low out-of-pocket cost, it may have actually been a better value to spend just a few cents more, a few dollars more, and you could have got a much larger quantity of a certain item, so you would have actually gotten a better value for that money by spending just a little bit more out of pocket. And just to give you sort of an example of this, a few weeks ago I was at Dollar General doing some gain deals. I was shopping around specifically for gain items, and I noticed that as I was trying to find items to fill up my basket, I was trying to reach a certain price point. In this case, I was trying to reach a $30 price point because there was a $5 off a 30 store coupon at Dollar General. Now, if you've seen that video, you saw that the coupon didn't actually work because I don't know if the coupon glitched or if I just didn't get my dollar amount to the right point. But anyhow, what I'm getting at is that while I was shopping around for items to put into my shopping cart that were gain items, I compared gain dish soap. I saw a gain dish soap that was priced at $1 on the dollar aisle, and I compared that to a $2 version of gain dish soap. And when you compare the two products, the dollar item, of course, was a lower out of pocket, but you actually got more by paying the $2. In other words, I don't remember the exact cost of the dollar item in the dish soap, but let's just say I did get the $2 item, and I have that I'm looking at. So the size in fluid ounces of the $2 dish soap was 21.6 fluid ounces. Now the dollar item was going to be less than half of that. Let's just say the $1 dish soap was 10 fluid ounces. Well, you got 10 fluid ounces for $1. Well, if you double that from $1 to $2, that means you would double the fluid ounces. So you go from 10, double it to 20. So that would keep the ratio balanced, right? Well, I just stated that if you spent the $2, you actually got 21.6 fluid ounces. So you got a 1.6 fluid ounce better value for that $2. You got you got more product for your dollar, which increased the value. And that's the stuff you have to look for whenever you're value shopping. Now, I wanted to just quickly explain what the difference is between value shopping and coupon shopping. And just like from the example I just used with the gain dish soap, value shopping is finding a product at the cheapest price point. In other words, what gives me the most product for my dollar? The advantage of the value shopping versus the coupon shopping is that the value shopping is not restricted to a specific product or a specific brand, as opposed to coupon shopping, where you use a coupon to reduce the price of a specific item. So it restricts you in the way that you can value shop with coupons. And the best strategy is to actually combine the two. And by doing this, it actually adds more value to your shopping trips, but also adds an extra step that you have to take when comparing prices. So the coupon shopping actually restricts you in a lot of ways because it reduces the price of a specific item, and if that specific item is not a good value after the coupon, then it makes more sense to actually just leave the coupon alone and just buy a different brand product or a different item to get the better value. And I'll show a video of a previous shopping trip where I show this as a good show an example of how coupon shopping doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting the best value. So about 2 months ago, I made a video of my Dollar General couponing trip back in October, where I stocked up on some paper and detergent deals. In this scenario, I purchased Sun brand laundry detergents. Now I'm going to jump ahead to the point where I sort of go off on a little rant about how the Sun detergent can actually be a better value than buying name brand items. In this case, I use Gain as an example because in a week prior, or a few weeks prior, I bought some Gain detergent again because of another Gain deal, and I used coupons on it. So let me just fast forward to this, and I'll show you my rant and where I give the example of how this lesser brand, or the off brand so to speak, was actually a better value than the Gain. Now I do want to remind you that this doesn't factor in the quality of the product. For me, the Sun, or it does just as good of a job cleaning your clothes as Gain does. But I mean, of course, everybody has their own personal preference and their opinion of that. And that's one of the things that I touch on in this rant. So let me just fast forward to this point and we'll play this. Great deal. But now that the 5 off of 20 deal is gone, I just want to show you this part. Okay, so on this 150 ounce bottle of Sun detergent, it is originally $5. I had a a $1 off coupon, which made this $4. Okay, then you stack that with the 5 off 25 deal on Saturdays. That brought the price down even lower. Okay, so let's just compare this to Gain. Okay, so we got this Gain detergent. That's what a lot of people are getting, or they're getting the smaller version of it. This Gain, let's show that in the paper, is $7.50 normally. Of course, there's a $2 digital coupon, which brings it down to $5.50. So let's just say it is $5.50. Okay, so $5.50, $4. That one's cheaper, and on top of that, look at the sizes on them. The Gain is 75 ounces versus the 150 ounces. The Sun is twice the size of the Gain detergent at a lesser price. So you would have to buy 2 of the Gains to get the same amount of product that's in that Sun detergent. And if you have digital coupons on both of them, that would be $5.50 a piece. That would be $11 versus $4. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me, but I haven't seen anybody talk about the Sun detergent. I don't know if people just have something against the lesser-known brands. It's just something about the name brand Gain products that seems to attract everybody's attention, apparently. So yeah, that's actually one of the things that happens that I want to point out. People have this, I say people, not everybody has this mentality of, oh, well, the name brand has got to be a better quality product. Well, that's not necessarily the case in a lot of things, and a lot of times the off-brand or the lesser-known brand items is actually made by the name brand companies. They just charge a lesser price because they're not advertising the item, and I think it's sort of an interesting little marketing scheme where well, if they create these name brand items that only attracts people that's loyal to name brands, and then they also produce something that is a no name brand at a cheaper price. Compare the two prices, and the value shoppers still buy from that same company. They're just buying the off-brand version of it, so they're still getting the money out of it. Not every company does this, but I thought that was kind of funny. Now, a perfect example of this, I'm going to refer to a shopping trip that I just did yesterday at Dollar General, where I purchased this Ultra Bright toothpaste off of the dollar aisle at Dollar General. If you take this Ultra Bright packaging and flip it over to the back where the barcode is at, you will see that this product is actually made by Colgate. And of course, Colgate is a name brand item that everybody knows, and the price of the Colgate is twice that of Ultra Bright. It's normally $2 to $3, and it's made by the same company. So that's just a good example of how a company makes two versions of a product to get income from their various different types of shoppers. So anyways, now that I've had my little bit of a rant / teaching moment there, in this video I was going to show a few apps that I found. I mentioned briefly in a previous video a couple apps that I found for the Android. One being called Basket Savings, and the other one is called Price Cruncher Price Compare. Both of these apps are actually very useful tools when it comes to price shopping, value shopping, because what they allow you to do, since I'm on the Price Cruncher, I'll talk about this. This one has a neat little tool that allows you to not only create a shopping list and sort of create your own little database of prices at different stores for certain products. It has a quick comparison feature that allows you to compare the price of two products. Now, a lot of stores actually help you out a little bit by showing the value of certain products on the price tag. I'm going to show a few screenshots of that I took while I was doing my gain shopping at Dollar General a few weeks ago, just to show you what I'm talking about on the price tags. So if you look at this price tag of this Gain liquid laundry detergent that I took, you see that you have the price of it, but if you look in this section right here, it shows you the actual price per ounce. And what that is just taking the 40 ounces and dividing that $5 into 40 pieces. So let me just bring up the calculator to show you what I'm talking about. So if you take the $5 price point and divide it by the 40 ounce product, you get the 12.5 cents per ounce. That's how they come up with the math on this. So I know that Dollar General does this, and I know that Walmart does this. I'm sure there's other stores that do this as well. I just haven't paid attention to the price tags. But that's something you can look for whenever you want to value shop. You just pay attention to the price per ounce or price per square foot or whatever it is that you're comparing, whatever the unit price is. And a lot of times you can find the best valued product. Now, I do want to point out these can be a little bit misleading, because sometimes the unit price that they're comparing isn't the best unit of comparison. For example, I have seen before where when it comes to toilet paper, not every store does this, but some stores actually compare the number of rolls, the price per roll, as their unit price, and that's not necessarily the best unit of measurement, because different brands have different size rolls. So just because something has 12 rolls to the pack at whatever price, something that actually has 6 rolls to the pack may actually be the better value if there is a huge number of sheets or square footage per roll for the price. So you just have to sort of pay attention to what it is that they're comparing in this unit price. I'll show another example, another picture that I took. This is another detergent. And you notice the price versus the unit price is still per ounce compared to another one. Now, the general rule when it comes to value shopping, the smaller the product is, for example this 40 ounce, when compared to this 75 ounce, when you go up to the higher sized product, you normally get better value for your dollar. In other words, it's usually better to buy in bulk, so to speak. Now that's just the general rule. That's not always the case, but as you can see, just comparing these two, the smaller 40 ounce is 12.5 cents per ounce, where the 75 ounce is 10 cents, 10.6 cents per ounce, meaning that this is a better value. It costs less per ounce. And of course, when you move up to the 150 ounce, the value gets even greater because you're having to pay 9.7 cents per ounce. Now, that's not always the case. Let me get over to another picture and I'll show an example of this. So when you compare these Gain Flings, you'll notice that this is, you can't really see that well in the picture, but you see that this is the price per each, meaning this is the price per capsule. So for these 14 capsules, you're paying 28.3 cents per capsule. And compare it to the next size up, which is the 26 pack, you'll see that you're actually paying a little bit more per capsule. So this is just an example of how that can be a little bit misleading. You still need to compare your unit prices. Don't just assume that, oh, well, because this is a bigger package, it must be the better value. 9 times out of 10, that is the case, but there are your instances where it's not the case, and this is a good example of that. And this here is another good example of where the higher sized, the larger package is not necessarily the best value. Now I didn't snap a picture of the prices, but I did this yesterday when I was doing some shopping. I noticed, see, this 500 count cotton swab was $2.40 versus this 225 count that is priced at $1. Now what I'll do in just a second, I'll pull up a screenshot of where I used the Price Cruncher app to compare the prices between these two items, and I'll show you that again, the larger size item was not actually the best value. So here's the screenshot of the comparison between those two size items, and in this case I compared it by units, and it, like I said, the 500 count was $2.40 for the 500 count cotton swabs versus the $1 for the 225 count. And when you compare the two, it breaks it down by the unit price, just like it shows on the price tags. There's fractional differences in the price, and actually it's so low that just by looking at the price tag on the store shelf, it actually had both of them priced at 1 cent per unit, but it's only because the math broke it down to fractions of a cent, so you couldn't really compare it once you round it up. But in this case, the smaller size package is actually a little bit cheaper. And again, we're talking about fractions of a cent, but you're talking about the larger package is 8% more expensive. And I'm a little confused on this part, because you would think 8% more expensive would mean that this would be 8% cheaper, but for some reason the percentages don't balance out for whatever reason. But you still can find the usefulness of this tool, because it actually makes it real easy to see which one is the better value. I mean, it color codes them. It comes right out and tells you the price per unit and which one is actually cheaper. So this is a very handy tool to have on your phone whenever you want to value shop between items, and also see if the price tags and the unit prices they have on there are actually truthful, which one is actually the best value. So now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to jump over to a video of me using this app on my phone, and I'll show you how easy it is to use this app, and actually I'll put this example in as a price comparison. Okay, so guys, so we're going to open up the Price Cruncher app, and I'm going to show you some of the features of this. So first thing it comes up to, because it's the last thing that I've used, it jumps to the quick comparison that I just showed the screenshot of. where you can compare the two items. Now I wish it had a little more features where you could actually add multiple comparisons. Say you wanted to compare 3 items at one time. You could just put it all in and however many items you wanted to do. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, you can still use this. You just compare 2 items and find the best of the 2 and then compare that one to the next item, so on and so forth. And it has the other features. Like I said, you can create a shopping list, which I haven't used. I haven't used that feature to create the shopping list. You can able to add items, create your own little database of, say you want to get the price of, say, the cotton swabs at Walmart or whatever. You can put that information in there and save it to your phone, and then you can compare that price to the price of one at, say, the Dollar General or wherever. So you can sort of create your own database. In just a moment, whenever I get over to the Baskets app, you'll see where this isn't really necessary to use in this app. Baskets actually does that for you already. Also factor in your discount. Say you got something that's $100 and it's at a 15% discount. It shows you that discount price. You can have it include the tax and things like that. So that's just a really cool little calculator tool. But let's get back to the quick comparison and just show you an example how easy it is to do these comparisons. So that earlier example I was talking about comparing the 2 cotton swabs. So you had one that was $2.40 for a pack of 500. So you would punch that in, and where you go to the units section, you have your different units that you can compare things. You have your weights, your volumes, lengths, areas. And in this case, since we're comparing the number of cotton swabs, you would just do per unit. And the other one was $1 for 225 count. And you see it's already selected units. And you just hit compare. And there you go. There's your comparison, just like was in the screenshot. Real easy to use. Just reset it. And another neat little thing about this is that it's actually smart enough to compare like types of measurements. For example, let's see. Let's say we got $1 for 10 fluid ounces of something. I'm sort of thinking back on the Gain dish soap comparison I talked about earlier. And let's compare it to the $2. And instead of using ounces, we're going to use milliliters. So the 21.6 fluid ounce Gain dish soap that I said that was $2, that fluid ounces actually comes out to 638 milliliters, and you're actually able to compare ounces to milliliters as long as it's something that's in like this volume category. You can use that. Whoops. And it'll actually know the difference and compare the two. So just like I said before, the larger quantity or the larger priced item and also larger quantity item was actually the better item. See, it's 7.29% cheaper. And of course, the unit prices are kind of hard to compare because you got to compare milliliters to fluid ounces, but it still understands that this is the better deal. And if I switch that over to fluid ounces and punch in the 21.6 fluid ounces and compare that, notice that this is 7.29% cheaper. Okay, so it changed it just a little bit. So the math may be just slightly off, but it's still a better deal. You're getting 9 cents per fluid ounce versus the 10 cents. So this is just a handy little tool to take with you and have on your phone whenever you want to value shop and compare prices. And this item is available on the Google Play Store. Just do a search for Price Cruncher and it'll come up. I'm not sure if it's available on the Apple Store or not. You just have to check it out. Hopefully it is. I'm sure there's something. If there's not this particular app available. I'm sure there's something that is a carbon copy of this for iPhones. So yeah, that was just a quick example of some of the features that Price Cruncher has to offer, and how it can be used to help you save money on your shopping trips. So now let's jump back over to the Basket Savings app, and I'm going to pull that up on my phone and just give a rundown of how this app works. I do want to give a little heads up that I haven't really used this app very much. Actually, I put it on my phone, tried it out for a few minutes, didn't like it, then I took it off, and I decided to put it back on to make this video. And I was playing around with it a little bit earlier today and actually discovered that it was a little bit more useful than what I originally thought. It's got a bit of a learning curve to it, and it has some features that I wish were a little bit easier to use, but I'll get into that as I go through that on the phone. Okay, so when you open up the Basket Savings app, you will be apparently presented with with nothing. What's going on here? So the neat thing about this item is that you're able to create a shopping list or create a basket just like you could in the Price Cruncher app. But what this thing does is takes a wonderful idea of creating a community of price shoppers to get the price of different items from different stores, and then they combine all that data to show you what store has each item at the cheapest price. So in this basket list I just added some random stuff, but if you create a basket list and you're able to compare everything by the stores, and what it does is takes those items and shows you the price it would be if you bought all those items at each store. So in this example, it's showing that the Walmart has the cheapest price at $10.28. If you press on that, you can view entire list, and it shows you everything that is on the list. And like I say, it's got some random detergent, milk, Diet Pepsi, and Wonder Bread or whatever. And if you click on one of the items, it shows you a comparison of that item at each store, and also it shows the unit price underneath the total price of the item. And another neat little thing about it is that you're actually able to not just buy everything at one store. Like in this example, it shows that the Dollar General is the nearest store to me, but it shows that Dollar Tree is the cheapest. You're also able to go up to the top, and like you want to compare two stores. Like say you want to make a trip to do two different places to get the cheapest value. It shows you a way of doing that. In this case, the cheapest value is between Walmart and Family Dollar. I can get that price down to $9.80, where if I just shopped at Walmart, it would have been $10.28. But that's all on personal preference, because for me, depending on what the product is, how much the price difference is as to whether it be worth my time or not, because you have to factor in the amount of time of going from one store, find a place to park, driving there, then shopping, going back to your car, going to the other store, and what you save on the product you may just waste in time and then gas actually driving from one place to another. So that's not necessarily the best way of doing things. Another feature it has, you can search and compare, where you can look for certain products. Let's just look for, let's just look for toothpaste. And you can look for like generic terms, or you can look for a specific item, like a specific brand or a specific item of a particular brand, and I'll show that in just a moment. Let's just look for toothpaste, and let's see, it gives some examples of what you want to look for. Let's just look for, let's just pick the first one. Let's do the Arm & Hammer. Okay, and it shows you the list of stores nearby that sells that product and what price they sell it at. And of course, in this case, Walmart has the cheapest price. Now, what I really like about this is that I didn't know it had this feature at first, but if you look at this little banner that says save more similar products at a better price, if you click on view, what it will actually do is well, and that's not the best example because it's only, see, you compare same brand and similar brand, but like if there were same brand items that was comparable to this, it would show them listed there as well. But this one's not showing any. But if you go to similar brand, see, it'll show you other brands that are similar to that. Like this is the Arm & Hammer whitening flavor toothpaste. Of course, it compares it to the Colgate Sensitive Maximum Strength Whitening Toothpaste that Walmart sells for 94 cents. And you can press on that and it will show that item. Then you can compare that item to other similar brands. And you look at your unit price. You have to be careful when looking at these unit prices because sometimes it does strange things to the price. It's not always accurate. But yeah, let's see, in this case, it's saying that the Crest Pro Health is actually a better value by comparing the unit price because it's 45 cents per ounce versus the 47 cents per ounce of the Colgate, even though you have to pay more. Now, okay, I see now. You see the actual size of the Colgate is 2 ounces. If you look right next to the picture, it says the size is 2 ounces versus the size of the Crest, which is 7.8 ounces. That explains why the price is so much higher. But if you go to the Crest, and of course it compares it to others. Let's see about the same brand if it lists anything. Nope, it doesn't. Now, one thing that I do not like about this, say I saw the Crest and it's not what I wanted and I wanted to go back to the Colgate. Well, if I press either the back arrow at the top corner of the screen or the back on my phone, it doesn't go back to that screen. It actually just goes back to the price comparison of the Crest, and I have to just go back and start all over again. So that's a little frustrating. I wish they would fix that. But you can also look for specific items, even use a barcode scanner. Just as an example, I have this Gain soap. Let's see, pull up the camera. So I have this Gain dish soap that I got for the $2 at Dollar General that I was using for my example. We'll use that as our example. Scan the barcode. And see, there you go. It pulls up that particular size item, that particular barcode, everything that matches that barcode item and that size. And of course it shows the Dollar General right there at $2, just like I said. But I could have bought it for a little bit cheaper at Walmart for $1.87 for the same size product. Let's see. Of course it shows where the stores are at and gives you directions and everything. And let's see, let's compare that. So it shows that you can actually get the smaller size package for a better value according to the unit price. And then in this it shows the same brand. You're able to compare the same brand and everything. Compare similar brands, just like with the toothpaste. So that's a really neat feature of it. Like I said, it's got a few little things that I don't like about the app. It's not the easiest app to use, but it does have a lot of cool little features, and I like the idea of it. And it's certainly something that would be very useful for a lot of people that are trying to value shop and find the best deals at each store. So there's examples of what the basket savings does and how it can be useful when you're doing your shopping. This app is available on the Google Play Store, obviously, and it is available for iPhone. Okay guys, and just real quick, I want to mention one more app called Flip Weekly Shopping. This is also available on both Android and iPhone. And I don't have this app on my phone anymore because I wasn't really using it, but it can be really useful when you're trying to shop deals. What this app actually does, it has all the weekly ads, the weekly flyers that come out for all the different stores. So you can actually go through and look through all the sales paper all in one app, which is very useful. But the added feature that it has is that you're able to compare the sales prices between the different stores. So say you find, I don't know, eggs on sale at Walmart or something like that. You know, they got them in the ad on sale. Well, you're actually able to compare that sales price to other stores that may have a sale on eggs as well, and it allows you to find a store that may have those eggs on sale at a better value than what you were just looking at in the Walmart sales paper. So that's another useful little tool. But like I said, I just wanted to mention that one real quick for those that may find some use for that. So yeah, guys, there's 3 apps that you can use on your phone to help you get the most value out of your shopping trips, and I hope you find them all very useful and they save you a lot of money. I took several more pictures to use examples while I was in Dollar General, and I was going to use toilet paper as an example of using the price cruncher, but I see this video is getting rather long, so I'm not going to get into that. But I still want to go ahead and show you the pictures just to give you an idea of how the unit prices and everything can help you get the best value. So as you can see in this one, we got the Angel Soft that is $5, and they're comparing square footage. So you got 1.9 cents per square foot. We have the Dollar General brand that's comparable to the Angel Soft at $4.50, and they've got it priced a little bit cheaper at $1.06 per square foot. And we compare it to more of the name brand items. You got the Charmin at $5, which is 2.2 cents per square foot. Then the Scott Comfort Plus for $5, which is 2.3 cents per square foot. And we have the Cottonelle at $8, which is a very high price comparison of 3.8 cents per square foot. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind, though, even though it's comparing square footage as opposed to comparing rolls, you sort of have to pay attention to the measurements on here, because the square footage doesn't necessarily mean the rolls are actually bigger. There's some of these measurements where they trick you a little bit. They make the rolls just a little bit wider, and that factors into your square footage. I thought that was kind of interesting thing to pay attention to. Guys, I hope you found this information useful. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on this video, and please consider subscribing so you can keep up with all the things that I do in my shopping trips and just everything related to saving money, whether it's crypto related or shopping or whatever. And feel free to leave a comment down below if you found this information useful. If you see anything that I presented incorrectly, if there's information that I was wrong about, let me know down below, and so that I can learn from this experience as well. And if you're interested in some of the savings apps that I use while doing my couponing trips, I have referral links to all those down below in the description. I appreciate if you would check those out and use my referral links. So yeah, that's going to wrap this video up. Again, like I said, I hope this information was very useful for you, and hopefully it'll save you a lot of money in the long run by taking the time to actually value shop versus just using coupons to get everything and just assume that because it's got a coupon it must be a great buy. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.